fresh, freshy, flex, fresh, fresh, freshy, flex, fresh, hell my left, got with confidence.
Was it flashing? That was weird. I'm like, what is going on? Good morning. Hi. Hi. I'm about to go to the gym right after this. So I'm just coming over here to be messy. I'm just coming over here to be messy. Can you guys hear me? Yep, it looks like you guys can. Hello everyone, good morning. I love you all. I've been laughing all morning. I'm like, this is a mess. Storm, you failed. I'll just brush my teeth. So, Storm, you failed. Stormisha, you suck at life. You absolutely do, and we're gonna get into that. So, hair flip. So, shout out to Cory Hardrict. Y'all know I don't have an issue with him. I think that he's mean. I do think that. I do think that, him and Tia, a relationship is a relationship. No relationship is perfect. So you're going to go through ups and downs. And, this person is going to be a little bit more controlling. And this person is going to be a little bit more annoying or naggy, on both sides. Relationships are relationships. They're different, but alike, right? So with Tia Mowry and Cory Hardrict getting a divorce, like they've really been in the news lately. So Stormisha Alizé, or tornado, hail, sleet, scatter, thunderstorm, or typhoon, Monroe, decided to do an interview from this delusional bitch. So this very so much delusional lady is going around being weird. Yeah, she's going around being weird. She's going around being really weird and whatever. And so allegedly, this woman was Lord Storm, he wish. Cory Hardrict's ex-neighbor. Okay. Now we thinking from what, because Storm did this interview with her, and during the interview, we find out that this happened a long time ago when she was his neighbor, okay? 14, 15, something like that, years ago, right? So, and she take her lying ass on Storm's show, which Stormisha knew that she was lying. Storm, you knew she was lying. Yes, you absolutely did. And then Storm says how he went and did all this research to know that she's telling the truth, but ain't showed us nothing. I'm like, you didn't show any of the research. Like we you just can't come forward like you the receipt like your mama. Because your mama was lying when she said she was the receipt. And now you bring this just weird person forward with no receipts, like at all. We're just supposed to believe her because why would she lie? Boy, please. So I'm here, Flip. So she goes on to Storm's show and he interviews her. And then the interview gets stopped. It halts. Who goes there? So it had to come down, off of YouTube. It got taken down. And allegedly Cory Hardrict is the one who had it removed. Now, I found that weird. I found that really weird. Because I'm like, okay, Stormisha, I agree. How can you get your video taken down by Cory, but Cardi B couldn't get her videos taken down with Tasha? Yeah, you're gonna have to answer that. Hurry up. I just didn't understand that. I said, well, why folk come? Cory can take your video down, but Cardi couldn't take down Tasha. No, absolutely not. Both of those figures are bigger than you, too. Both of them. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Cardi's bigger than Cory, and Tasha's bigger than you. Gross. So I'm just like, yeah, here, Flip. I'm like, so, but, Cory's just so powerful that he gets your video taken down. Shut up, ho. You took that video down because you wanted more attention to it, and you knew that she was lying. You knew she was lying, and the audience reception was saying the same thing, Stormisha. They were saying the same thing. She lying. She lying. That ain't happening. She lying. And you didn't like that. You didn't like that. You didn't like that. You thought this was about to be your new Jaguar, right? And she wasn't. Okay. She failed, and so did you. So hair flip. So let's get into that. So Stormisha comes forward and said that Cory Hardrict, Tia man, Cory verbally abusive Hardrict comes forward and storms DM because he's just that important. And Cory says lawsuit. Okay. Prove it. I've been all up and down Storm community. I got my little spies over there in his Patreon. They just say, no, Shane, I can't screenshot and send you nothing because it ain't even over there. It ain't even over there. What you were speaking of, Sean, is not in existence. It's not in existence. So you talking about sending you a screenshot of him saying on his IG, because he got me blocked everywhere. Shout out to Bust Down Blockiana, Bust Down. So yeah. So Stormisha, I told her, I said, go over there and look on his IG, Lord. Maybe it's on his IG. And Stormisha wasn't there. So I'm like, go to his Patreon. Hurry up. I go to his Patreon because it's definitely there. No Patreon. Oh, okay, it's not on there. So I'm like, let me go to his community on his YouTube. So I went on his community, Lord, and it was just a bunch of basic commentary. So I'm just like, I'm here, flip again. Where's the receipt? Like, where's this receipt of him coming? Because that's important. I'm not about to tell y'all a celebrity came into my DM. When Chris Stokes and I got into it, the burlesque, when I cussed him out, I came on here and showed y'all. I showed y'all the whole conversation. And no, I'm not about to, no, because I can easily come and say, I said this and he said that and I said this. No, let me come show you what we talked about. Let's have a conversation, literal. I pulled up my DM, all of that, and showed y'all this Chris Stokes. You see that it's official. He got the tag next to him. This is him. He got the blue check, all that. This is him. Hair flip. So it's a simple receipt because if he DM'd you, Stormisha, that's the only thing that's in a DM, right? Unless you said something in response. What? Hurry up. Hurry up. I'm gonna need you to post that receipt because you said that Cory took the video down. You knew he took it down because he came in your DM and he said lawsuit. Another lie. No, he did not. He didn't say that to you. And if so, prove it. It's just a simple, quick screenshot. Yes, he did. Sean, since you got so much to say, Sean, here it is. What's T? He ain't did that yet at all whatsoever. And he doesn't plan on it because it didn't happen as far as I'm concerned. So, and then Cory also took down the live. So Storm said that he wasn't going to put it on Patreon or anything like that, besides the fact that he's whack and one of the weakest gay people I've ever seen before in my life. I mean, like, oh my goodness. So he said he was going to contact an attorney. So beige. Oh, God. So he said he was going to contact an attorney and see if he could put it back up. Let me call them so I'm protected. I said Tasha K would never do that. Shout out to Transparent Kiwi. She would never do that. She doesn't care. If it's T and she put it on her channel, only death will keep me from it. Charlotte Gator already said, okay, Tasha, I see you over there with that girl Jessica Reed. Don't get sued. So I was like, huh? Oh, no, you didn't. She won another lawsuit. Oh, no, you didn't. Okay. Send it. Okay. I'll wipe my ass with it. Okay. Now, I'm in Africa. Okay. So Tasha would never do that. Ain't that your mom? Your mom, she wouldn't do that. Your mom would have been like, he would have came on Tasha and Transrena DM talk about some lawsuit. She would have said, send it. That would have been her response. Hit your wine glass. That's what would have been her response. Nah, ooh, let me go take it. Ooh, Lord, let me go take it down. Like, no, she wouldn't have did it because she ain't no scary ass bitch. Like you, Starmisha. That's why you run everywhere else to make sure you talk to everybody but me, because you know I'm gonna keep it real. Yeah, ho. So yeah, the beige Monroe sitting over there letting his Montrez come out of him. And he's sitting over there being the bitch that he was born. So he decided to charge the people for the interview. He got the green light from the white people, and the white people said, go ahead and post it, beige. You already know you can put it up. Like, go ahead. Oh, well. So Storm was charging $4.99. So Stormisha was charged $4.99. So y'all can see the interview. But here's the thing. He had to go inside of the interview. Yeah, Storm. He had to go inside of the interview and edit a bunch of stuff out. Okay? So he wouldn't have edited out all the lies. So he wouldn't have edited out all the lies inside of the video. Now, the video was about an hour or so long. After he got done editing the lies out, now it ain't number like 10 minutes. So, it ain't number like 10 minutes long now. Because he wouldn't edit out all the lies. So, he go do all that. Like, let me edit out everywhere she lied. He looked up, he had 2-3 minutes left of footage. Because that's all she did was lie. So, and now we're going to get into the interview. And I got my notes. So before we get into the interview, though, let's get into why we're here, okay? Wiley. And I ain't going to call you radio, because look, we getting along right now, Wiley. I ain't got no problem with you, but it could be a problem if you want to. Okay, Wiley? Okay? Now, Wiley. Okay? The cockeyed blessing from the Lord came through. They done came through, Lord. Yes. Thank you. God, needed a little mess. I'm getting bored. So, Wiley. Go on, Wiley. Came through, Lord. With the interviewing skills he stole from Tasha K, Lord. Yes. And interviewed this woman early in the morning. I'm like, ooh, demon time much? So, y'all tell her who Stormisha is. Stormisha is Montrez. So, yeah, her flip. So, Wiley done came through like a thief in the night, y'all. And interviewed with the girl, because it's down on Storm, because Storm told her to give him some time because he had to edit out all her lies. So give me some time, and then I'm going to drop this, okay? And then he was going to pay $5.99, and you have to pay $5.99 so that you could watch it. But here's the problem, because this is why that girl, with the psycho, this is why she went over there to Wiley, okay? Because Wiley didn't contact her, because people trying to make it look like Wiley stole the interview. No, he did not. She took her crazy ass over to Wiley, okay? She ran over there, the straight jacket wearer. She went over there to Wiley. So Wiley ain't take nothing from nobody. He did not do that, okay? She came through. She said she wanted to interview with Wiley. Wiley said, and they did the interview. I mean, go on, Wiley. Wiley ain't do nothing wrong. If you ask me, I'm Team Wiley in this situation because he'd do anything. Like, if she would have hit me up, I would have did it too. But we would have did it on Station Head, because that psycho does not deserve a big platform, because she done had a platform for 6 years and they mad at all 6 years. Let me get something. It's still having a platform for 6 years, ma'am. And no one cares about you still. Yeah, you're not popular. You suck at life. So hair flip. You want to matter so bad. Like, okay, go ahead, girl. Go, like, whatever. So she goes over to Wiley and says the stuff that she said on Storms, but she ad-libbed it a little bit. She put a little twist on the live. She put a little shoulder in the new live, right? That's what she goes over there and she's still lying. So with her over there still lying, absolutely, everybody like, ooh, you don't want to stand over here with Wiley when you were supposed to be over there with Storm. You and Storm was supposed to still be working this out. You and Storm was supposed to still be working this out, and you done went over there to Wiley. You content cheating. You cheating. So here flip. So the gay chasers were very upset. The gay chasers were mad. The name changers were very upset. Okay? The Tasha K flunkies were very mad. Here, flip. So I don't know why Wiley didn't tell all of them to shut the fuck up, because that's what I would have did. I would have like, yeah, all of you dingy bitches can shut up. But that's whatever. No here nor there. So she go over there content creeping and does the interview with Wiley. So everybody's assuming that, oh, Storm's gonna be upset. Storm's gonna be so disappointed. Storm. So people, they go over there and like, ooh, Storm gay. Look. Hey, you better go get him. You better go get him. Okay. So everybody was expecting Storm to jump down Wiley's throat, and just be like, look at here. And Storm didn't do that because Wiley's a man. Wiley's a man. Because if Chelsea with the 5 head would have did this interview on her channel after Storm had it and took it down and all of that, she would have been every dish rag this and dish rag that and funky this, and she would have been everything in the book. Oh, the employee, although you were an employee, because I don't know how he feel like that shade. I'm like, how you shading Chelsea talking about she's an employee? Weren't you? Chelsea's on the contract. Weren't you? Shut up. Shut up. Hurry up. Shut up. Because this is stupid. This is dumb. Like how you insult me with our thing. Like, we are employees, but you keep trying to shame me by calling me an employee. I'm like, you're weird. Like, shut up. So here for it. But anyways, so if she would have did this, of course, it would have been a problem. He would have came forward, cussing her out. He would have been on Patreon, picking up the dish rag all over again and throwing it inside the thing. But then a man does it, and it's just like, oh, I get it. It's business. Well, I'm like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. But it's Stormisha. What do you expect? So everybody was expecting Storm to be upset, and he wasn't. He's fine. It's like no big deal. I'm like, you are such a hoe. You are so scary, because I would have came live today and devoured Wiley. I would have came, because he still know that was mine. That was mine. That was mine. And then Storm, shout out to Conscious TV, because I started to watch a little piece of Conscious TV. And Stormisha gonna keep saying that he was trained. I wasn't trained. No. Don't compare yourself to Tasha. Because Tasha, she would have made sure that she didn't go nowhere else and do that interview until whatever Tasha got done. Tasha would put her on papers immediately. And you already know that. Whether it's 7 days, 15 days, 21 days, she would have put her on some paperwork. So you best believe that story wouldn't have went from no platform but Tasha's. But you keep comparing yourself to Trans Rena. Stop doing that. Like, you're gross. Like, stop doing that. You're a whole loser. Like, you got to stop acting, because, in his mind, he's the star. How? You're on YouTube just like us. Like, what are you doing that's so impressive that niggas need to be looking up to? Besides getting a mentor that can boost you to at least 150K before you disown her. You're not goals. I mean, ground up is goals. Just saying that ground up is goals. It absolutely is. You can have a mentor, that's fine, but you still do the work, the footing, on your own. and whatnot. That's what makes people, when you start a business, yeah, you may have an investor, but you keeping that business afloat and it becoming something great is something for people to look up to. That shouldn't be knocked because you had an investor. Like, the investor didn't run this company. The investor didn't make it successful. The investor didn't keep it going. The investor didn't get sister companies. But the investor didn't do none of that. They just dropped a little coin off, and I did everything else. So, Stormisha, that's not your story. That's not your story, sis. So again, you're on YouTube. What are you doing? Like, I don't get it. Oh, because you have Patreon? You don't hang with any celebrity, none of that. You're not out here in these streets. You're not doing any projects, any real projects. Nigga, you're on YouTube. I'm like, why is this motherfucker talking like... Why he talking like he just got off of at least a Fox Soul show? I'm like, you got to stop acting like you're not on that red and white free app like everybody else. Gross. I mean, remember, you couldn't cut it. So you got to remember that. That's why you can never come for me. And that's why you don't come for me, because you can't cut it. Remember, you've been out here a failure. You met me as success. Mm-hmm. When we sat on panels, you kept telling Sean to do what? I didn't even have a channel. Still a better bitch than you. I didn't even have one. You kept saying, oh, Sean, you need to get a channel. Sean, you need to get a channel. And you've been watching me ever since, how? Because you already know what it is. Pure, raw talents. Unlike you. So, yeah, girl, please. You have to get 2 mentors. Tommy Stoudemire still couldn't cut it. And then Tasha made a pop for you. Remember, you didn't do that on your own because you couldn't. You've been out here in these YouTube streets a fucking failure. So stop acting like I was out here working. I was a social worker. I was doing this. You were being a loser on YouTube. A white guy with beige skin. Stop it. Like, you've been a loser. I'm just like, ugh. Like, you really letting shit go to your head. Like, you really are. Like, that's why I don't do these reality shows and stuff like that, because I promise. Storm? Oh, I would handle him. It would be all type of furniture rocking. It'd be all type of tables being moved, liquor being wasted. It'd be all of that, because I ain't fake. Like, I ain't never been that, homie. Like, I ain't never been that. I'm gonna be a lot of things, but fake and can't fight ain't one of them. I promise you so. Girl, you've been right. So he's sitting over there, everything money around me. And I'm like, who is this? I'm like, is this the same guy on YouTube like me? Like, what is happening here? Because I feel like I need to, you know what I'm saying? I need to get a little bit more cocky, because I'm like, nigga, like, you're trash. Like, you're boring. You have to make this fraud, this lady you know is a fraud. You bring her on your show just so you can make ish pop, because them views was dwindling over and over and over again. When nobody check up for you, nobody, buddy, nobody. So you have to make this fake story and then take it down and make it look like you're so important just to get the spotlight to come back on you. Again, oldest trick in the book. You learned it from your mama. Like, I'm popping, so I don't have to do that. But if I wasn't, I see you. I would do it better, because she destroyed everything. Her going over there and sitting with Wiley and doing an interview with Wiley after she sat with you. What? So she goes down? She doesn't go up. She goes down, and that's no shade or disrespect towards Wiley. Storm has a bigger platform. Storm has a bigger audience. It is what it is. So he's going to get way more attention, way more views off of discussing this story with her than Wiley would. So, I mean, so to me, that's you're the views ain't gonna compare with you going to sit over there with him. Like, you should go sit with somebody that's actually raking in like higher numbers, or just as good as numbers as I am. Type of situation. Don't go down. Not right away. I mean, if you are, like, give us some time. And then do that. Like, but other than that, I don't know. I just think it's weird. And maybe it is what it is. Hair flip. So let's get into the interview itself, okay? So shout out to Wiley for destroying everything Storm built. And I say destroying everything Storm built because Storm pushed all the energy behind this. He pushed all of the energy behind this story to get to where a person like Wiley or anybody will be interested anyway. Okay? So that is what happened with the situation. Storm, he says he's not pressed, although he clearly is because he was over there. Shout out again to Conscious TV. He was definitely over there shading Wiley, like hard. But like I said, I'm Team Wiley this time around because don't get me wrong, he didn't do anything wrong in my eyes. Somebody reaching out to him, like, can we interview? It is what it is. He said, yeah, like that's the name of the game. He doesn't owe Storm any loyalty. Who did owe Storm loyalty was the psycho chick that's going around with this story. Because she could have contacted Storm and let Storm know that she was going to go interview with other people. She didn't even have to say who. She was just going to say that she was. So then if somebody comes to Storm, like, oh, well, I just saw her over on ... show. It's not a big deal, you know, because Storm already knew because she said she was going to be doing ... Or it could have gave him a better time frame on when he was going to put, because he was still, I guess, either still is or was going to put the interview out, back out to, or is it already out? I don't know, but he's allegedly supposed to be being sold for $5.99. This interview that is you can watch for free on Wiley Show. You can go watch it on Wiley's for free, or you could go pay $5.99 and watch the same information from Storm. Weird. So yeah, hair flip. So it's up to you. You can go watch it for free if you gotta, you know, you just feel like throwing away $6. You could go watch it with Storm, but Wiley's is going to be juicier because Storm edited a lot out. So that's the thing. Storm, you don't get to edit out things that she said, because if you know she's telling the truth about it, there's no reason to edit it out, right? Because Storm said he vetted this information, that he went and got enough information to show that she's credible, that this story is a credible story, because he went and looked at a couple Google Maps. He went and looked at a couple Google Maps, I guess. And since, you know, she lived right there, and he has some type of proof that Cory lived next door at this minor male's home. It's beyond me. But I don't know how you necessarily prove that, because if Cory was staying there, then that means that Cory wasn't on a lease, you know, or anything like that. And the male that Cory was allegedly staying with was 16 years old. So if he was 16 years old, that means that his name wasn't on the lease either. I'm like, what is this psycho talking about? I'm like, how can you prove that he stayed there? Like, do you have recordings and pictures and stuff like that? I mean, like, where's the proof, you know, behind what you're saying? You don't get to just come forward with an experience like this that have all type of allegations attached to it and just think it's cool, because it's not. You need some type of proof. And she bared none. It's just all vocal. It's just all coming out of her mouth. So if you choose to believe, you choose to believe it. But if you don't, I'm right there with you. Shout out to Ash Lee for the $10 super sticker. Thank you so much, sweetie. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you. So I'm getting to your comments, but I want to get this commentary out first. So that's on you. But Storm swears, you know, that he has all this proof, although he ain't show ish about having no proof of anything that this woman is saying. He edits a lot of the things that she says out of the video, meaning that there's no proof behind it, or he thinks that she is fabricating or lying about these things, right? So he edits those things out. With Wiley, all of those things are up. So all of the things, the same things that she said in Storm's original interview, is all out on Wiley's platform. So that's what I'm saying. You could go pay $5.99, and that's not me shading anything, it's just me telling the truth. You could go pay $5.99 to get part of the story, or you could go watch the whole story for free. It's up to you. So I chose to go watch it for free. So again, shout out to the Wiley Show. I am Team Wiley. I am Team Hair Flip Wiley. Girl, if I was in love with Storm, I would have him. I'm not a basic bitch like you that sits in his chat and look at me, Storm, look at me, look at me, look at me. He knows exactly who I am, girl. Face and all. You're not giving any of that. You're not giving face. Your name ain't no motherfucking Karma. And we already know, bitch, there's nothing couture in your closet. Nothing. Because you would have a picture up. You show off thousands of dollars worth of clothing. You clearly don't have any of those. So like I said, if I was in love with Storm, bitch, I would have him, because he very so much likes SeanDavieWay. Yes, he shouted me out plenty of times, all of that, girl. So yeah, if I wanted Storm, I would have him. Girl, you're out of your rabbits. You're out of your rabbit. I have my own. Oh God. Let's see yours. He liked it, so he put a ring on it. Let's see yours. Hurry up. Yeah, I'm not the one. Don't get fried for Storm. Now y'all block this hoe. Thank you. Thank you for your services. Thank you for giving my crowd a show. I will drag you. You don't need a picture, nothing. And I will still drag you. I will still drag you. Now block her big ass. Block her. Hair flip. It be the big ones that's always in love with a short, unattainable nigga. It's always you hoes. Like, no, no. Girls that exercise, they have no interest. So yay. So moving right along. So in the interview, is what we're about to get in right now. In the interview, shout out to the Wiley Show, because this is where I got all my tea. Boom. Cory has poor and homeless lady. Okay. Yeah. So Cory was poor and homeless, is what this lady states. So this is why allegedly Cory was staying at this 16-year-old minor's home. Okay, so this is how she knows Cory. She knows Cory because when she was 14, I believe she stayed next door to a 16-year-old boy that Cory lived with. Although his parents lived there clearly, because again, this 16-year-old didn't have his own apartment. No. He was allegedly staying in the same, Cory was staying in the same room as this 16-year-old, allegedly, but there was a couch in the bedroom. So weird. Moving right along. So, but she said he was poor, and he said, the lady said, because I know her name, but I'm not giving her any clout. Get it on your own, sweetie. She said that Tia used to pick Cory up and the 16-year-old. So Tia, back in the day when she first started hanging with Cory, because at this time Cory was allegedly 19 or 20 years old, and she said that Tia would not only come over there and pick up Cory, but she would pick up the 16-year-old as well. Again, do you have any receipts, or you just, because now you're saying that not only was Cory staying with a 16-year-old boy, and keep putting out these innuendos or subliminals that there may have been something sexual going on between them, but since you wasn't in the bedroom, you have no idea, then you shouldn't be saying it. That's a lie. That you're lying, because you shouldn't say it. If you don't know anything like that to have been going on, you're just assuming that it could have been. Why is that even an option? Why? Like, I don't understand that. I don't get it. So, but whatever. Anyways, so, and she's also saying that Tia was picking up this minor boy too. So now you're placing a minor in the car with Tia, her transporting around somebody's 16-year-old kid type of situation. So I'm just like, okay, if you don't view that as bad, because I do, it's like, see what you picking up 16-year-old boys for? Like, if Cory was 19, 20 years old, I get that they may have been close, but, or whatever the situation. But he needs to come with us. Like, Tia and Cory were dating. So, I mean, and Tia been rich. So if they're gonna go hang out, and like get food or whatever, they're gonna go do, like, why would you want this little 16-year-old tagging along? Like, whatever. So that makes no sense. So also in the interview, she said that the guy that he lived with, the 16-year-old, that they shared a couch, but that they shared a room. I thought they shared a room, but there was a couch inside of the bedroom. So she's not assuming that they were sleeping in the same bed or anything like that, but at the same time, they could have been. It's like, what? What? So since there was a couch in the room, you figured that Cory was sleeping on the couch. How do you know any of this stuff? Were you in the bedroom? Did you see this couch? Did you like? I'm like, because none of that's being explained. I'm like, none of that's being explained, but it's like, whatever. Shout out to Ari. She said, no dragon shine, period. He is T, respectfully, big dot. Shout out to you for the super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, I hate letting them go by because y'all be feeling like I don't appreciate it, and I do. So I'm here, flip. So I didn't get that she was saying that there was a couch in the bedroom, but they definitely shared a bedroom. So it's like, okay, well, if they did, how do you know this? Like, okay, tell us, walk us through. Were you in the boy's bedroom? Because she was giving that she had a crush on the 16-year-old. That's what she's giving, that she liked him, because she always alludes to the fact that he was handsome, that he was attractive, and whatnot. So I'm just like, so it's like, were you just like weird and was jealous because you liked this boy and Cory was, staying there until, he got his own place? And whatnot, and you felt like there was a gay vibe going on between them, so you're just like jealous? Because it sounds like you're bitter. So you liked somebody. You liked Cory or you liked him. But it sounds like she liked him. And she felt like, to me, that Cory was getting in the way. I'm just like, girl, you're weird, but whatever. So Wiley asked her if she ever dated or slept with Cory, and she said, hell no. I would agree. I would agree. He sounded annoying, like mad annoying. So I wouldn't want to either. So what else happened? This is a mess. She said there was no attraction to Cory, but she did state that she was attracted to the guy that Cory was staying with, the 16-year-old. So she was saying that I wasn't attracted to Cory, but I was attracted basically, but without saying it, the boy, because she kept saying how attractive he was. She kept saying he was cute, he was handsome, nice body. You know, she said he was a cutie. So, and whatever. Cory stole all the young men in the neighborhood, and okay. So she said that Cory hung out with all of the teenage boys in the neighborhood. That the teenage boys didn't even pay attention to it. And that's what I said. She sounds so jealous. I'm like, girl, let me find out that every boy in your neighborhood was gay. That Cory milkshake bring all the boys to the yard. Because I'm like, well, what is going on here? Like, she said that Cory took all the boys in the neighborhood because Cory, they was always talking to him, always surrounding Cory. They didn't pay no attention to them. There wasn't no girls over there. It was just all boys. So she said it was all boys, and Cory took all of the boys. She said she didn't understand why because Cory was grown. Cory was like 19 and 20 years old. So she didn't understand why all the 14, 15, and 16-year-olds was all up in Cory's face, giving Cory all of the energy. Okay, that's what she said, girl. I was just like, okay. She sounds jealous, like mad jealous of Cory. She said that he was about 19, 20 years old, you know, and just a bunch of teenagers hanging around him. He didn't have really like any adult friends or anything like that, is what she was saying. He didn't hang around nobody grown. Everybody he hung around was teenagers, was, you know, is what she's saying. And she also said with the Missy Elliott recording that he played that recording for all of them underage boys. Whatever. So we talked about Storm selling the interview for $5.99. Cory gagged a man after Cory's Clint Eastwood movie. So there was this guy. the guy is what I'm assuming, that the teenager that he lived with. After the Clint Eastwood movie that Cory did, he gagged him so that he couldn't speak of him. Not a piece of a receipt, but that's what she said. That's what she said. She said when Cory moved out finally, he moved in with Tia Mowry. And she said it with attitude. She said it with attitude. So she said that he was basically using Tia, that he moved out of the home with the teenager boy to go use Tia Mowry for everything that she got because he ain't got nothing. You know, he's poor. Help me, I'm poor. So since he was poor, you know, Tia fitted the bill for everything. So she moved him out of the teenager's apartment. Well, not the teenager's apartment, but where the teenager lived and he roomed with, but his parents lived there, apartment. Okay. It is what it is. She said that Tia couldn't find a man, so she fixed up poor and homeless Cory and you know, build a nigga, fixed them up, right? Okay, so that is a total lie. It's a total lie. That is a total lie. Tia Mowry is beautiful. Tia Mowry is beautiful. If she could have any man she want, damn man, especially back then too, because she still basically looked the same. She can have any man she wants. So how you what? How many people are shooting they shot to try to get Tia? No, I feel like she really saw something in Cory because he was like a struggling actor, when she met him. So I think she really wanted him. I think she was attracted to him. I think all those things. He's a cute guy, handsome guy. So I think she was, all of those things. I think that she didn't care, that he didn't have none. So, like, I mean, you keep building and doing your thing, and eventually you will. But until then, you my nigga, okay? Melanie wanted Derwin, okay? Melanie wanted Derwin. And that is what happened. Melanie got her Derwin. Okay. So but yeah, I feel like she really, wanted to be with him. Is how I feel. I mean, because again, she was a big actress, a beautiful woman. She had no problem finding no man. Like I just don't feel that way. I just feel like a lot of the guys that wanted her, she just wasn't interested. Um, and they weren't sluts. Like they weren't raised like these girls are today. Um, letting rap lyrics raise them. Like, the twins wasn't like that. None of the Mowry family, is like that. So I'm like, I feel like you're weird. And it's given that like you're like jealous of Tia and Cory. It's given that she liked both people. It's given that she liked the boy that allegedly stayed there and that she liked Cory. That's what's given. But anyways, moving right along. She said Tia ain't black because she has a white parent. What? I said, okay. So she's not black because she has a white parent, although her features are predominantly black features. Because you don't have to be mixed to be light skinned or a red bone. You don't have to be mixed, for that. That can just happen. And both of your parents can be dark, or melanated, and you could come out a bright light. It just is what it is. I'm like, she's not black. I'm like, well, she gets treated like she's black. It doesn't matter how Valley girl they speak, they're still treated like black girls. Like, so it doesn't. Society ain't giving them that work because their careers could have been major. Like they could have been way bigger than they was. So if they was getting so much privilege, um, I'm like, yeah, that's weird. A person can identify how they want to identify. You don't get to say, and that's not even an opinion. Like you don't get to have an opinion on what somebody else is racially. Like, bitch, who are you to tell me what I am? Like, I don't care. Like, okay, yeah, I got a white daddy and a black mama, but I identify as black. I am very so much black. Like whenever you get through. So I'm gonna get treated that way. They don't treat me like no white woman. They didn't treat them like Alicia Silverstones and stuff. They didn't treat them like that. Mm-mm. No, they didn't get that type of treatment. They got treated like black girls. So every time they cast them, sister, sister, did you see them cast a white parent? Even though they were adopted parents, they were still black. Like people, whatever, go off. So, which was weird. And then she also stated right after that she doesn't have a white parent, and but she would like one. So she said if anybody got a white parent to borrow her, she'll take it. She said if you got a white parent, hand it here. Hand it here. So that's what she said. For somebody that don't like, it's the self-hatred for me. Because you'll remove the fact that Tia is black, but you'll applaud the fact that she has a white parent. Like white is good. Something like what? Are white parents better than black parents or what? Help me help you. Um, you want a white parent though. Like why? Why? If you're so pro-black. Because she's just trying to sit there and make it seem like, she's so pro-black and black woman this, black woman that. Cool, okay, that's what it is. And then it gets to an opportunity to where you could pay homage to a black person, and and instead you say like, If you got a white parent, throw it over here. If you got a white parent, throw it over here. So yeah, weird. But yeah, again, she's over there. Okay. She says she's had a platform for 6 years and hasn't said a word about Cory Hardrict. So this happened 15, maybe 16 years ago. You've had a platform for the last 6 years and you haven't said one word about this. Okay. What confused me even more because Wiley said it. So are you coming out with this now because they're getting divorced? And she said no. I'm like, this makes no sense. So you're just talking to talk? And you've had a platform for 6 years and not one time did you feel a need to talk about this. So I would understand if she was stating that the divorce has inspired her to speak on it. Okay, cool. I can get with that. I can get with that. I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe she didn't want to say no while they was together. Who knows? But you say even that wasn't the reason. So girl, why is you here? Like, why are you over here? Clout. I'm like, why are you over here? What are you here for? Like, you just want to talk about him, just talk about him? You could do that on your own shit. But she said that it would have gotten much attention if she talked about it on hers because her audience don't care. I'm like, this hurts. Trying to understand you hurts me. It hurts. And I had a headache all day yesterday. It's getting better. And it's just like, this hurts with you talking. You should shut up. You should shut your mouth. But instead, she keeps talking. So she says Cory has sent her no paperwork, but told Storm lawsuit. Storm, where's that receipt? We're gonna need to know that Cory said lawsuit because Stormisha, if Cory cut your live off in the middle of your live and sent you lawsuit before or after, okay, that means that it got taken down because he's gonna sue you if you don't, type of situation. So you gotta take him down. Okay. Why didn't he do that to Wiley last night or this morning? Why is Wiley video still up? You gotta explain. You gotta explain. Anywhere she goes, basically, is Cory shutting it down. It's what Storm is pushing because Cory shut Storm down. If you go look on Storm's channel, he is literally in the live. Cory shut the live down. And all of that. Okay, well, why didn't he shut down Wiley's? Why didn't he shut Wiley's down? You can't make Wiley only have 100 subscribers. Oh, he's not paying attention to Wiley. Wiley has a small audience. I think it was like 30,000, something like that, or I don't know, something like that. He has a big audience. He's good. That's big enough. Mm-hmm. That's way big enough. Shit, somebody with 5,000 subscribers could get that type of attention. I mean, so yeah, I don't get it. I'm just like, okay, well, why didn't he shut Wiley down? Why doesn't Wiley have a lawsuit in his damn? Better yet, Storm, why for come the liar herself has not been contacted by Cory at all, but he contacts you. You're not the problem. You're not putting the allegations out. She is. So if he's so concerned, wouldn't it be about her? Why would he be concerned about you? Like, gross. Who are you? Like, you don't matter. No. She needs to shut up because she lying on me. She can cut it. big guy. You already know the vibe. But then he contacts you. Who are you? Who are you? You don't matter. You weren't the neighbor. She matters. Like, I mean, it's no different with the whole Star Marie situation. Star Marie talked to other people about that situation before Tasha. Tasha, when she did the interview with Star Marie, like you said, I've been trained. Well, why don't you do what your mama did? Your mama would not have let her go to another platform with at least giving her a decent amount of time to however Tasha wants to edit it or whatever. Give me time to get it out, after we do it. This is not just something I'm just going to throw out there. No, I want to make sure it looks good, sounds good, everything, So there's certain editings that have to go done. I mean, that have to be done. So again, because she went to Star Marie went to Mona Simone. Shout out to Mona Simone. She went to Mona Simone first, an interview with Mona Simone on YouTube first. And it was a phone interview. So Mona and Star Marie stated that they would do the interview over. So she was going to come onto Mona's actual platform and talk about it. But before that happened, Tasha snagged Star Marie and threw them papers on. So then Mona couldn't get her interview because she was already done with Tasha. So, but Tasha slapped that paperwork on Star Marie. You're not going to say anything to anybody else for a certain amount of time until I get this out. It just is what it is. Type of situation. Stormisha didn't do that. So that's why I say he played himself. That's why I feel like you're definitely lying, because if you were telling the truth, you would have did this properly. If you really thought she was telling the truth, you would have did this properly. You didn't. You're trash. You didn't. You played yourself. That's why she went over there and sat with Wiley and said everything that you're trying to charge for now. Yeah, because God don't like ugly. So that's exactly why she over there sitting on Wiley channel, giving Wiley, you're taking exclusive basically. Because to me, Wiley is still anything. But she's putting all type of allegations on Cory. So for Storm to try to make it seem like the stuff he can't be sued for, Storm, you're an idiot. You're an idiot, because that attorney would not, because whoever it was is crappy. You must have just got a quick little over the phone consultation, because ain't no lawyer gonna tell you to go forward with the stuff that she said, especially not being able to prove it. You sat there on the phone with that attorney acting as if you could prove the things that she was saying, or the majority of the things that she was saying. So if you could, then you're safe going forward, because you have things to back it that show that you are speaking the truth. Not that you are blatantly lying and putting allegations on a person, or bringing somebody on your show and letting them do so. No, a real attorney gonna tell you, yeah, go forward with it. You need to tell that attorney the truth, that you really don't have any receipts backing what she's saying. If Cory did just so happen to message you, lawsuit, you need to let them know the truth. She came on my show. I put a few little pieces of something together, but I don't really know if she's telling the truth. I have nothing to truly back, what she's saying, that your attorney gonna tell you to back off. No, don't do that. If you don't know she's telling the truth, anything like, don't go forward with it. Especially if a person is coming into your DM telling you that I'm going to sue you for said information. If it's not the truth, if these are allegations being placed that could damage or ruin somebody's career, which how could Cory, living with a 16-year-old, staying in the same room as him, sleeping on the couch in that bedroom, allegedly, how is that not defense? Like, you're saying that he sleeps in a room with, as an adult, with 16-year-old boys, not ones that he's related to, or anything like that. Anything could have been going on between this 19, 20-year-old and this 16-year-old. Anything could have been going on in this bedroom with them not being supervised, or anything like that. That's an allegation that you are placing on him within that moment. Stating that Missy Elliott, he played a voicemail to the young minors about sexual experiences and sexual situations, stating that Missy Elliott left on Cory voicemail that she was going to get him. She was going to sleep with him and ship hands. Missy is not about being over. Why would you be on voicemail incriminating yourself like that? Who gonna leave that type of voicemail? Like Missy ain't left no damn voicemail like that. And where is it? Where is it? Where's this voicemail of Missy Elliott stating that, girl, bye? I'm like, okay, that's an allegation. He's cool with Missy. I'm not sure they're like besties or anything like that. No, but they're cordial, cool with one another. You know, Tia and Missy have hung out and stuff in the past, and with the sisters, they met each other. You know, why that could ruin or damage his relationship with this person now. You know, people going around making it seem like, oh, Missy Elliott by Peen, you know, and stuff like that, and then also making Cory look like in some way, shape, or form he could possibly be prostituting. I mean, it's just all type of like she don't realize. I'm like, you saying a lot of stuff that's incriminating. You know, saying that Tia was coming over there picking up a 16-year-old boy. You know, all this. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm like, yeah, this I would, because if they were saying other stuff about me, especially not being true, I would sue. I absolutely would. Like, y'all ain't about to. You think you about to make this a thing? You think we about to make? No, we're not about to make this a thing. No, we're not about to do that. Nah, that's what we're not going to do. We're not going to make this a situation. So sue him. You know, cut the head off. Cut the snake off by the head. You know, not the tail. Cut it off at the head. So yeah, that's what I would sue too. But again, there's no proof of anybody doing anything. This woman herself has stated that Cory has not reached out to her, no legal team or anything like that. So why would he reach out to Storm? I don't. Now I see if he contacted both because Cardi contacted both. Cardi didn't just contact Tasha; she contacted Star Marie too. Star Marie took a bended knee. And Star Marie bowed out of the situation. Is what Star Marie did because she can't afford no 3.8, you know, or nothing like that. So she backed down. Is what she did. So why would Cory contact Storm but not contact her? If he's watching, that means he's watching y'all. And then the interview isn't authentic. She's going places behind an avatar. No. If you're gonna get on, if you're gonna say some ish like this, get on camera. Put a face to the name, all of that. And she's talking about, I don't want no clout from it. Yes, you do. Because you keep going places talking about it. So clearly you want to be heard. Because you've had a platform for 6 years and number 2 people done heard you. So you've been not mattering. So it would be best, you know, for you to show face so that people can see the expressions here. Because you can tell if a person's telling the truth just by how they're looking at you. Her story was everywhere. It was all over the place. It made no sense. A story usually has a beginning, it has a middle, and it has an end. It had 2 beginnings, 4 middles, 5 different endings. Like, no. I'm like, yeah, girl, you're lying. You absolutely are. And she also allegedly slept with somebody or got pregnant at a Diddy party. I'm just like, for somebody that did so much and is so this and so that, why are you behind this avatar? Why are you behind this avatar? I don't understand. That's not genuine. Coming forward saying the things that you're saying with the wall up so that you can be protected. Protected from what? If you're telling the truth, anybody else that comes around and says anything, because it's not like it's her experience. She's speaking for somebody else completely. This 16-year-old boy that she's talking about, we have no idea what this is all from perception. I mean, from from a distance, all a third party. Like she don't know nothing as far as I'm concerned. It's not like this is her story. Like this is things that she went through with Cory. No, you're speaking on behalf of somebody else. We don't even know if you're telling the truth about any of this. We don't have a name to this person, a face, nothing. It would be nice to hear his story because you're sitting here telling it. She didn't say not one piece of her experience with Cory. More so of like a bystander, not anybody that was like actually involved with Cory. But she act like she know everything about him. She act like she know everything about the sisters, you know, and all of that. It's just like, girl, for somebody that wasn't present, you act like he was there every step of the way. Every step of the way. She's speaking from like a parent's perspective. Like she just know everything because I was there. Like, yet no. You're telling somebody else's story. Like this has nothing to do with you. Nothing. This is all you allegedly being nosy. Because I can remember things from like when I was 13, 14, 15, but not as vividly, a lot of situations I'm sure I forgot about. Like I'll see a friend from that time when I hung out with them and they'll bring up a situation like, you remember this? They'll be like, oh, I forgot all about that. So for her to act like her memory is just so potent, yet if it's so potent, then how did you wake up pregnant? That's a possibility if you have sex. So were you unconscious and woke up pregnant at Diddy party? Or whatever. So, because that was Storm's next exclusive, I'm like, not from a liar. Like she's a liar. She said nothing credible. I heard there's nothing of this story that you can say she's telling the truth. All the way into if she was really his neighbor. No idea. She ain't bringing no receipt, nothing. Or you could at least something like a picture with him or a couple pictures of him in the neighborhood, and stuff like that. That would make sense. It's like, okay, well, clearly, she does know him. She did see him. They took a picture together, and all of that. I mean, especially after he did the Clint Eastwood movie, because he was still standing over there. So when he did the Clint Eastwood movie, I would have definitely wanted to take a picture with him because it's like you going places, So I want to be able to say I knew him when, type of situation. So you're gonna want a picture with him. I understand it was in the '90s. There was plenty of disposable cameras, and stuff like that. People still took pictures. The the video recorders, all people. It wasn't like in the '90s. There was no photo photography. It was plenty of it. So they could have definitely taken a picture. She didn't have that. She just talking. That she just talking. We have no idea what the hell she's talking about. Like if it's true, because she's telling this story from this boy's perspective, and we have no idea if this is true or false because it's not her story. It doesn't belong to you. So I think this was the 16-year-old coming forward, like Cory Hardrict used to live with me. Whole nother story. I could see Cory reaching out and being like, look, I'm gonna sue y'all, blah, blah, blah. Because that story would allegedly, have validity behind it. Because the boy would have stuff like pictures, or his family members would stay like, yeah, mom or dad, be like, yeah, it was my place. He did stay with us for a while, while he was trying to get on his feet, blah, blah, blah. You have something to back, like what you're saying. She has nothing. And it's also from someone else's perspective. It's not even hers. She has no idea what went on in that boy's house. If any of it is even true, like there's nothing giving this could be true. Because what people are already questioning it, and Storm putting it back out, well, that's dumb because you can clearly see that she's a liar. She's a liar. If you have to contact a lawyer and whatnot, the only conversation should have been about Cory. It shouldn't have went to the actual content within itself, because Storm says that he has so much proof, that, she's telling the truth because of this and this and because of that. And how do you don't know? Did you hear the voicemail from Missy Elliott? No. Have you confirmed any of this story with the 16-year-old at the time that this allegedly happened to? No. So there's no journalistic integrity in that. You got to do the research, not just this is a juicy story, I'm gonna put it out. Because Storm, this is how I know you didn't vet any information, because you edited parts of it out. So if you actually set and even vetted her, because you always do pre-interviews with, I don't know about him, but if I'm gonna interview somebody, I need a pre-interview because I need to know how this is gonna go, what you want to speak of, what you want out there, how do you want your story told, like in what way are you trying to put it? Are you trying to go all the way back from when you were a child, or just to around the time certain stuff started happening? Like, you vet them so you know where you're going, so that the audience goes on like a journey with you throughout the interview. But with him, he clearly didn't, because if he did and vetted the information that she gave to him, then he wouldn't have had to edit anything out. Like the Missy Elliott piece, he definitely say he edited that out because, again, he don't have any proof, behind it, and whatnot. And again, it doesn't seem to be true. So with that being said, he removed it. But if you would have talked to her first And if you would have vetted this information, then you would have told her, well, we're not going to talk about the Missy piece because we don't have any proof, or anything like that. So since we don't, we're just going to let that go. We that, that's something we can talk about on another day. Just more so in opinion versus this. I don't know. Just we talk about this another time. But since we ain't got nothing to back what you're saying with this whole Missy Elliott piece, let's just not even bring that up, And then the 16-year-old boy allegedly in Cory sharing a bedroom and whatnot. Well, let's leave that out because we don't know if they did. What if he slept in the living room, or what if he slept, on the floor in a spare bedroom or something? Who knows? What if he had his own bedroom? I don't know. So I just feel like certain things should have been left out so that you're not insinuating certain, because that's an insinuation if you're stating that these they slept in the same room and was a couch in there, but who knows? He was out there washing Cory's car, and he would put his hair up in a ponytail, and stuff like that while he washed Cory's car. And okay, well, you're insinuating things. Like when you said, that's definitely an insinuation of that there may be some homosexual energy being transferred between these two people. And this is a 16-year-old. So, and Cory is 20. So that's not really a good look at all whatsoever to be even trying to link the two together, especially without any proof, because she didn't have any proof. So since she ain't got no proof, it's just like, what you don't even bring it up. It's how I look at it. If I can't prove it, don't talk about it, because I don't want, because that's what get lawsuits and stuff involved anyway. The more you talk about that's the truth, the better off you are, because they may want to try to gag you or something like that. Like Charlotte Gay, he ain't sued Tasha K. He ain't sued Tasha K. Why he ain't sued Tasha? He ain't sue her because there's a lot of the stuff that Jessica Reeson over there talking about, and it's true. What she's saying is her truth, whether Charlotte Gay likes it or not. So, I mean, it is what it is. But he ain't suing her because it would be kind of hard to. That would be a frivolous lawsuit, at that point in time. Like, Tasha's not, like harassing him or anything. She ain't doing nothing like that. She did an interview with Jessica and she moved on. It's that simple. She's talking about completely other things. So, it's not like, Charlamagne. Then I would get him like, I'm filing a lawsuit. But that's not what's going on. And it's on her app. So, I mean, that's, a little different as well with territory, getting it removed and stuff like that. Like, you ain't got much power over there on Tasha's app. So I just feel, that it is what it is. I don't feel like she's telling the truth at all, and neither does Storm. Because if he did, he wouldn't have edited things out. You leave it as is. If you feel like she's telling the truth, you got enough information to back, she's telling the truth, leave it be. But he can't say anything about having journalistic integrity and things like that if you're not actually doing the work. Contact these people. If the boy doesn't want to talk about it, at least get a statement that you confirmed that at least he does exist. Things like, we don't even know if he exists. We like, where's your proof of anything? Like, you just come forward. Like, no, Tasha wouldn't have did that. She would have had a little piece of something, to go with it. Now, I may not been the whole receipts to prove everything she's saying, but she gonna have something to lead off of with her lie. Before she get the line, she gonna put a little piece of truth out there and then stretch, and then stretch, it into, as far as she can. I get that. But with Storm, like, no, you did it backwards because it backfired on you. Now that same information you're trying to sell into an interview, she now is doing it for free. And then Storm states that he didn't pay her for the interview because that can look at as you paid the person basically to come on there and say things. No, you can pay a person for an interview as long as you're not paying them to lie. So if you're paying her and she comes onto your channel and she tells the truth, and that can be proven, maybe not everything, but the majority of everything she's saying can be proven, there's nothing wrong with paying that person. Tasha paid all of the people that come on our show. All of them get a payment. So, but she's not paying them to lie. She's not doing that. She's paying them to talk. Like, well, I'm paying you to be on my platform stating this information. People do it all the time. Like, it's fine. Now, he said TMZ can get away with it because that, no. As long as TMZ is not paying people to lie, they're good. They're good. Meaning that if somebody says, I'm suing you because you said this, and they can come forward and This is why we said what we said. So they're fine. They have receipts backing why they're coming forward to saying that. They're not just pulling it out of the air, and whatnot. No. Mm-mm. So it's the same thing with you, Storm. Where's your Stormisha? Where's your? This is why I think what I think. When I do survivings, I don't just talk. I show you. I tell you the sources, the places I went to, where this information lies, and where you can find more of it. That's having journalistic integrity, not just making ish up. Literally, even if somebody else talks about it first, that's not me making it up if the information's already out there. Here is where I think what I think because I read it here. I saw the video here. That makes sense. It is like, oh, okay. And then I'll show you, if YouTube allows with their guidelines, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. I've stated on here multiple times, and people say like, oh, Sean, why do you say that Messiah, T.I., and well, not Tiny, but T.I.'s oldest son, why do you say that he got kicked off of the Family Hustle? T.I. didn't let him come back to the Family Hustle because he was sending nudes to a boy. He absolutely was. I can show you the nudes. He was doing certain things with his body in the video. The videos that are, because there's like 3 or 4 videos, and there's also him taking pictures showing his backside. Most men don't send women pictures of their butt. Most men don't do that, and most men don't kind of pose in that fashion when they're doing so. He has not been back on the show even before the Family Hustle got canceled, after that those leaks got out there, because they were leaked by a man. A woman did not leak the photos. That's what made it a problem. So to bury the story, they just left him off. Domani left Family Hustle. He literally left it, turned down the money and everything, $80,000. He turned out, he wanted nothing else to do with that show. And nothing else to do with that show. And I believe Domani didn't want nothing else to do with that show because of Messiah. Because him and Messiah were really close, even moved down, got their own apartment together. When they became of age, they moved. They've always been really close, Domani and Messiah. They've always been close. So yeah, they even, got a place together and, all of that, really close brothers. So, and I don't think that he liked how T.I. was treating them. I don't think that, I do, in my honest opinion. I think that he didn't like how T.I. was moving, and he just left the show too. Like, well, if my brother ain't here, I ain't here. If my brother ain't here, I ain't here. Type of situation. Like, y'all ain't about to just do my brother any type of way. So Domani has been separating himself from T.I. and them that's why you don't really hear anything about Domani, because he stays away from, he don't mess with them like that. Domani taking care of himself. Domani out here doing his career and whatnot. He out here eating. So, shout out to Domani. And the oldest brother, Messiah, he's into music still as well, playing guitar. I do my research. You can go on his IG right now, and one of the first things you see is him playing the guitar, because he always playing guitar on there. So, is anybody gonna lie? T.I. didn't want Messiah back on the show, and they were already losing Messiah, so they want to lose Domani too. So even the film crew stated that Domani doesn't even have to do anything or say anything. He could just stand here in the background, and we'll still pay him $80,000 for the season. If he didn't got to talk, just him being there, he still said no. He still said no. So that means that it had nothing to do with the show in itself. It's something outside of the show that's making Domani feel like, I don't want nothing to do with this. And it's the same year that Messiah's nudes were leaked by a boy. By a boy, not a girl. So, like, again, most boys straight guys don't send girls pictures of their butt. So they don't do that. They don't do that. And you could go also look on Messiah's IG and Twitter and stuff like that. He ain't with no girls. He just be by himself. Don't make me do no video. Don't make me do a video. Don't make me do a video, because I got all the tea, because I do my research. So it's just like, yeah, go look. He'll be with no females ever. His family. He'd be around Deja and, stuff like that. But Domani got a girlfriend. He posted up with her. King, that mosquito, be around with he always with a different girl. type of situation. But Messiah, it's just a little on him. It's just a little on Messiah. Like, as far as I'm concerned, he's single. And I feel like he's single because he's gay, allegedly. So, I mean, like I said, the nudes that were leaked were not nudes, no different than like 4 from Chicago Ink or from Black Ink, or whichever season, but 4. That video that he sent out, I see why Nikki don't. I see why she broke up with him. I would have broke up with him too. If I was a girl, oh yeah, I was like, oh yeah, no. It ain't the fact that you was sending sending people videos. It's what was in it. It's like what you were doing. I ain't never seen you do nothing like that. You ain't never act like that around me. Like, you couldn't have been sending that to no female. Because, I mean, what female want to see that? Like, they more so worried about what's going on in the front. Like, what they gonna do with your booty? Like, well, what? Ew. And for you to even send it means that you down. Like, no, you gotta go. So, yeah, that's what happened. So I feel like Storm saying that he has journalistic integrity. Where's your receipts? Where's your receipts? Can we even link the fact that they know each other? Because as far as I'm concerned, y'all saying Sean do a video. Okay, I'll do a video. I will I'll try to squeeze it in today. But it ain't gonna be long, so don't ask me for me. No, it's not gonna be long. I'm gonna put the facts out there. I'm gonna put the facts out there. So it ain't gonna be super long, but it is gonna be good. It's gonna be juicy. Because a lot of people overlook it. They really do. People overlook, those situations. I don't overlook Jack. I look dead at it. Like, why you make that? Why folk come? You ain't let that boy come back on that show. But I know it's because of those pictures. It was like, because they're gonna spotlight it, they're gonna talk about it. Because before the season ended, T.I. and Messiah were getting closer and closer. T.I. was taking him out, showing him like the apartment buildings that they bought and whatnot, and was telling him, how he can flip his money, stuff like they're trying to drop some knowledge on him and whatnot. But they were getting really close, Messiah and T.I. They absolutely were. And then all of a sudden, boom, it's just, he's gone. And none of them spoke on it. T.I. didn't speak on it. Tiny didn't speak on it. It's like when Domani turned the $80,000 down, turned the money down, it was the same season Messiah was leaving, that he wasn't coming back on there. And they didn't say anything about Messiah. Like, okay, well, why is Messiah not on the show? Why is Messiah not returning? That never came up. Like, they didn't talk about it. But they talked about Domani. They talked about Domani. Because, T.I. don't play that gay shit. So, Domani's straight. So he'll talk about Domani. But Messiah, I don't want to talk about him publicly because the wrong question going to come up and I'm going to get upset. So, yeah, hair flip. But I'll definitely do a video on that. But yeah, y'all, I have to get out here because I need to go to the gym. Absolutely do. I love y'all. That's really all I have to say. This is a mess. I'll be on Station Head later, but for Seantover. But yeah, this is a whole mess. Like and subscribe if you have not already. Stormy was a liar. You knew that woman was lying. You still know she lying, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. And ain't nothing you can do about it. You're trash. You're trash. You lied, and you know that woman was lying, and you still are lying, which is gross. You could have just let it go, but instead, you really tried to eat off this lie, and it backfired. It backfired on Storm so hard that the same interview he's trying to sell, you can watch for free. Shout out to the Wiley Show, and again, I'm Team Wiley with this situation because I don't feel like Wiley did anything wrong. So until the next show, I love you guys. Bye. Hilarious. Is it gonna play? Lord.